So, what's in Game Update 136 besides the Blue Beetle ally? Stay tuned for more coverage. Hello everyone, this is Redragon back on the DC Universe Online test server with continued coverage of Update 136. So, in a previous video I did some early testing of the Blue Beetle ally. That's probably the highlight of this update, but I'm going to run down the list of all the other items, and I'll demo a few of them. I'm not going to go over the ones that I don't have too much experience with, because a lot of them are controller artifacts, and I don't have an endgame controller. Alright, so we've got the Blue Beetle ally, and then with artifacts, Amulet of Rao. So they went back to one of the old ones and changed it a little bit. So for Amulet of Rao, controller debuffs now place a damage over time on all targets. So that sounds like a significant upgrade, because I mean, if it wasn't doing a damage over time before, it's basically kind of making the controller roll a little bit more multi-roll. Damage scales off of Vit in addition to Might. And then the Birds of Prey comlink made Bird's Blitz damage scale off of Vit in addition to Might, so they're adding some damage to that as well. Increased power granted by Siphon Weakness. I kind of don't remember what the Bob comlink does. I remember it does like some kind of a curveball green light move, and it applies like the 3 debuffs. And obviously it was doing damage before, so maybe it just does more damage now. That was always a good artifact because, you know, basically if you have all 3 debuffs in one move, you're clearing up 2 tray spots for, you know, something else. Okay, so the next item is Feats on Duty and Scorecard. Progress overview should now show total feats regardless of feat visibility. AKA, total feats should no longer increase by completing other feats. Not exactly sure what that means. Feats should be ordered similar to the feats menu, so yeah, that's something they updated recently, where they reorganized this menu here. So there's less scrolling on the left side as they recategorized everything. So the on-duty version, the shortened version, is gonna reorder according to this. So I don't know if that's too noticeable because the on-duty ones are like short anyway. I don't know if I could find one that's particularly long. Let's take a look at a current one. Yeah, it's still hard to tell how they reordered it. You know, as long as the finished ones are on the bottom. Progress overview should now show total feats regardless of visibility. I mean, didn't it always do this? Okay, let's move on to something else. Okay, so in general, tooltips should now show stats comparison even when there's no item currently equipped. Okay, do I have some loose item here? Okay, so if I roll over the tank belt, it's doing the comparison with the belt I have equipped. If I unequip a belt, it shows the comparison to nothing. Well, that's something I never really paid attention to, but I kind of thought it did that before. Next item might be sort of a hidden gem or an underrated bullet point. Tactical mods can now be automatically added to equipment by right-clicking on PC or equipping the item on controller. Okay, let's try that out. Let's just get one that I already have and pretend that the weapon slot is empty. So via controller, I should be able to click this and it automatically equips to the weapon. Yeah. Previously that was unclickable and you had to drag it over, so that saves a bit of time. Admittedly, I don't redo my armories a lot. Like, I don't swap the gear in and out because I don't want to do the white mods over, so I typically just salvage everything until I'm ready to buy the vendor gear. But this does make it significantly easier if you're upgrading gear on, you know, like a daily basis when a DLC is new. Now let's test the mouse version of this. Okay, so now I'm going on to mouse and I'm going to right click it. Yep. So it saves that drag distance. Obviously it'll be a split second shorter if you're using controller. So I think out of all the updates, the Blue Beetle Ally included, that's the best thing here. And it's just like a bullet point under their general category. Okay, next item, Legends Select UI in Legends Practice Events should now properly scroll with controllers. That's a bug fix. Adaptive and Origin augments now sort by equipped and then ranked and then alphabetically. Equipped. Okay, it does make sense that the equipped ones are first. Rank, that's debatable because are they going by level, experience, or episode number? Let's see. Hopefully we'll be able to tell on this one because I don't have as many on the test server as I do on live. So the equipped ones I have the Sins of Black Adam stuff. Now it's going by rank, so okay, it does seem to be going by the level. I don't know if I totally agree with that. I would go by DLC number instead, because if you go by rank, the thing is, like, some episodes have a max of 28 and then some of them have like 23. So they may not happen in order. I'll have to recheck the live server to see if that's consistent, like in new episodes versus old episodes, or if it's kind of like all mixed up. But I think the way I would order this to be safe is I would go equipped, episode number, rank, and then alphabetical. But it does definitely look more organized, even with the few that I have here and the few that I have powered up. Because if you do this on live, it's completely like random. I think it goes by what you've used recently, and then all the stuff at the bottom is just like random order. So it can be very hard to find stuff. Okay, fixed above bug where freestyles would not indicate. Yeah, if you went to the style unlock, the free ones used to, or some of the free items were just blank. They were just labeled as blank instead of saying free. Probably not going to see this on the test server, but just a little bug fix there. Hall of Legends vendors. Origin episode style vendors are now categorized by associated tiers. Okay. That one never actually bothered me too much because I just, got used to the order. And then there's a bunch of bug fixes to minor things in capsules. Jade collection, Luther's personal Jade collection, mail now currently lists Mercy as the sender. It's going to be barely noticeable. Knights of Vengeance time capsule feeds corrected the name of the collection needed for Element Mist Aura. Again, that's really minor. Shock to the system. Fix an issue causing Parasite to freeze during the battery transport. Yeah, he was still doing that in the rare case where you wiped. And then you went for a second attempt, it had a high chance of bugging out then. What they still need to fix though is sometimes if you're fighting around Parasite, like when he's, like after he's drained static, like sometimes it causes static to like not do anything. Like he'll just stand there not doing anything, and then Parasite will stop entering that battery drain phase. So they do need to fix that. That's like the last thing in that fight they need to fix. Hopefully they get that before the DLC ends. But okay, I guess the only thing I demoed was the white mods, because the other items were just like bug fixes or kind of minor. But okay, that should cover 136. If you want to see more details on Blue Beetle testing, check out the info icon to the upper right if you're on YouTube, or the end screen also on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coverage.